how are you? I hope you are doing well. Today I'm going to take you along as I redecorate the dining room for fall. As you can see behind me, I took everything out of the hutch, and no, that is not because I'm going to be redecorating the hutch for fall. That is because, are you ready for it? We are going to be repainting the hutch. I know, I can feel the gas coming on, but I decided that that is going to be the best way to soften this room. As you may know, I've been considering painting the dining room table, even thinking about getting a new one, but I have an attachment to this table. So I figured the best way to soften this room is to paint the biggest piece of furniture in here. So I cannot wait to take you along as we repaint that, as well as redecorate this, going for a very simple and cozy cottage look, keeping it very, very simple for fall. But I cannot wait to take you along as I redecorate this space. So grab yourself a warm cup of coffee and a paintbrush, and let's get started. Before I get started, I would like to take a couple minutes and thank Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. As you guys know, I love Thrive Market. I have been a Thrive Market customer for years. And if you are not familiar with Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store offering the highest quality products delivered right to your door. Who doesn't love that? And there are savings on every order. You can click on the link in the video description or go to thrivemarket.com/mothertime to receive 30% off your first order and a free gift when you join Thrive Market today. Plus shop 25% off hundreds of their top products from September 14th through the 20th. Thrive Market has been my go-to destination for years for healthy and sustainable groceries, offering a stress-free grocery shopping experience. I love the convenience of Thrive Market. I can shop on their app or on their website right in the comfort of my own home, which I love to do, plus orders over $49 ship for free. And I can save time using the Buy It Again feature to find exactly what I'm looking for. And Thrive Market has the highest quality standards in the industry with over 1,000 restricted ingredients like artificial ingredients and high fructose corn syrup, just to name a few. And what is really neat is you can swap out junk food for certified organic, non-toxic food using the Thrive Market in-app barcode scanner to find better alternatives. I love using this feature. In my recent Thrive order, I got a lot of my favorite ingredients that I just use time and time again. Some of these ingredients I'll be using for the recipes I'm going to be making today. I love the raw honey. It is my favorite. I've talked about it for years. And the liquid stevia is my absolute favorite. If you've never tried liquid stevia, it is the best. I love the one from Thrive too. Again, definitely want to add that to your order as well. So whether you are gluten-free, paleo, vegan, keto, or just want to eat healthy, Thrive Market has over 90 diets to customize your grocery needs. So again, you can click the link in the video description or go to thrivemarket.com/mothertime to get 30% off your first order and a free gift when you join Thrive Market today. And don't forget, you can shop 25% off hundreds of top products from September 14th through the 20th. That is a deal you do not want to miss. And thanks again to my friends at Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. Okay, guys, it is time to dive into the dining room. We're going to start by painting the hutch. So here is one last look at the black hutch. These were a few of the colors I was torn between: Sherwin-Williams Bounce Beige or Accessible Beige. So I got these stickers at the paint store to see which one I liked, and I was going to go with Bounce Beige. So that's what Wayne is applying here, but it was still a little too light for me. So I noticed that Amy Fritz went with Moth Wing when she painted her black hutch. So I ended up going back to the paint store and picking up the Moth Wing, and I absolutely love that color. It looked so good on this hutch, and I cannot wait for you to see how it turns out. And honestly, I loved the black hutch. I think we painted it 5 or 6 years ago. I will link that video down in the video description if you want to see when we painted it black. But I really wanted to change the tone of this room. I really wanted to soften the space, and the easiest and most affordable way to change the look of a room is just by painting some furniture. So that's exactly what I did, and I cannot wait for you to see the end result. While Wayne is finishing the painting, it's time to head into the kitchen to make some goodies. First, I'm going to start by making my coffee. Like I mentioned, I love using stevia in my coffee. And what I like to do is add the stevia into my mug along with some cinnamon or pumpkin spice. And I kind of mix it together to create almost like a little bit of a paste. And a little bit of that liquid stevia goes a long way. But I call this my coffee house coffee because it tastes, well, actually, I think better than a coffee house coffee. So once I kind of that cinnamon or pumpkin spice kind of dissolves into the stevia, I add my coffee, a little bit of creamer. You can make a cold foam or whatever on top too, add some whipped cream. It is so good. So now I'm going to make some apple pie overnight oats. Love these. I make them only in the fall, so I really look forward to doing this. I will link everything for the recipe in this video description if you want to make it too, but it is your old-fashioned rolled oats, your apple pie spice. It is apple sauce. I'm using like cinnamon applesauce, or you could use regular applesauce, a little bit of stevia, just a few drops to sweeten it even more, some almond milk or whatever kind of milk you want to use. Mix it all together, pop them in the fridge, and then you can either heat it up or eat them cold. Add a dollop of yogurt on top. I love having these on hand for a quick breakfast or even a dessert. And just the whole taste of these is just so good. Next, I'm whipping up my go-to healthy applesauce cake. If you are looking for a healthy applesauce cake recipe, you have to try it. I'm using rolled oats. I'm going to blend them up to make an oat flour. I'm going to put it in a bowl along with some baking powder, some salt, some apple pie spice, or you could use cinnamon. I'm going to mix that all together, and then my wet ingredients consist of applesauce. It's sweetened with maple syrup, adding some eggs, some avocado oil, along with some vanilla. Mixing it all together and then pouring it into my baking dish. And we love this recipe. I've already made this 3 times this season, and the season's just barely started. We make this recipe all the time because it is so good. I love to serve it warm, and then I use some Swerve confectioner sugar to dust on top. Of course, you could frost it. You could serve it with some ice cream. It's just so good. So if you are looking for a healthy applesauce cake, you have to try it. I'll link all of the ingredients in the recipe in this video description so you can make it too. It is just so good. You could even have this for breakfast. It's that good. And it's so funny because my daughter Eden absolutely loves it. And that's why I make it several times a week just these last couple of weeks, because I will then find her, like after everybody gets a piece, I'll find her. You'll see it here too in a minute. You'll see her going back. I still had my camera rolling, and she's going in and sneaking some more too because she absolutely loves this recipe as well. And here she is sneaking in. Well, she thought she was sneaking in a little bit more of the cake. It is so good and one of our favorites to make for fall. So on this particular day, I actually had a pot of chili going because it's our favorite to kick off fall, along with the simmer pot. Who doesn't love a fall simmer pot? I love to use apple cider, and then I add in slices of apples and oranges, throw in some cloves, kind of like whatever I have on hand. I also like to add in some either apple pie spice or pumpkin spice or just cinnamon, and then bring it to a boil. Then reduce that heat to a simmer, and then I just watch it. If it needs more liquid, I'll add more apple cider. Sometimes if I have extra apple cider, I'll pop it in the freezer too, so I always have it to add to these simmer pots. It just makes the house smell so cozy for fall. Okay guys, are you ready for the big reveal? Here's one last look at the hutch before, and here is the after. I love the way this turned out. It really softened the tone of the dining room. I am so happy I decided to paint this because I've been thinking about painting the table for so long, And I don't think even if I painted the table, it really would have made much of a difference. This is what needed to be painted to really change the look of this room. So I'm excited now to decorate it. Before I had it filled with a lot of my ironstone and false craft pieces, and I really want to simplify it. So I'm only going to add one piece in each space, and I'm going to use a lot of my pictures because I have a lot of white pictures. So I'm just going to play around and add like one, maybe two, and a couple of them. Here, this is an ironstone picture that I've had, but just again, simplifying it and decluttering it. This is a false craft heritage canister I have, and just playing around to really simplify the look inside the hutch. The last time I cleaned the inside of my hutch was the last time we painted it. So for years, I just kept adding to it and adding to it. Each time I'd find a piece, I'd find a little space for it, or if I was using something, I'd pull from there. But I'm really loving the simplified look. And once all of the doors are closed, wait until you see like each piece stands out. I have these little books that are actually like little storage books, so you could hide little things in there too. But I just love having this. And then I just stored the extra pieces I had either underneath the hutch or in a little storage container. And once I close the doors, look at how it all looks so simplified and pretty. I just love the way this looks. So moving on to the rug, originally I had another rug picked for this space. I wanted to maybe think I was going to do something different, but I'm a creature of habit and I love a good jute rug. I've had a jute rug in here before. I knew a jute rug was going to look great in here. So that's what I ended up going with. I put it down in the space. Love it. It's just, I love the texture on the floor, everything. Now my big bowl here that I've had here for a while, I'm keeping here. And then I am sticking with real pumpkins in here. I just love the way real pumpkins look. And so I added some real little pumpkins inside the bowl. And then on top of the hutch, I'm adding a basket, which I've had up here before, along with some more real pumpkins. I have a tray. Now this is actually the bottom of a tiered tray. So if you have tiered trays that you're no longer using, just take them apart and you can use them as individual trays. Then I'm going to add another real pumpkin and then another basket as well to fill the top of the hutch. This season, I've been really drawn to using real pumpkins, bringing the outdoors in, using a lot of dried florals. I think it just brings more of a realistic look. So I'm going to be using a lot of my dried Sweet Annie, which I love using on my chair here. This is my sitting chair. I sit in here all the time. I just added this pillow. Speaking of dried Sweet Annie, here's my little bin of the dried Sweet Annie I have. I actually have to get some more because I use the rest of it here in these baskets in my dining room too that I have hanging. So I'm just filling them up with some dried Sweet Annie too because it just adds more of a realistic look, I think. I just love it. It smells really good too. I love it all year, but especially for fall. So I'm also adding some more real pumpkins, more of that dried Sweet Annie here in this basket. So I have a combination of dried Sweet Annie left. One was a little bit darker than the other, but I kind of like the way it looks with the two different tones of the dried Sweet Annie. And then the next street over, there were all of these pumpkins and they were like $2, $3, and $4. So I filled the back of my car up with all of these real pumpkins and they were so affordable too. I love them. So I'm going to add them into my big crate that I have on the sideboard and then use the rest on the dining room table. It's funny because my plan earlier this year was to plant a lot of pumpkins in our garden because I wanted to just be able to get all of these pumpkins out of our garden, and I feel like I blinked and here we are now in fall. The spring and summer just flew by. So hopefully next year I'll be able to do that because I just love using all of these real pumpkins as much as I have all of those faux pumpkins. I'll be honest with you, I got rid of a lot of them because I just love using these real pumpkins. It just brings a different element into the dining room, which here it is all decorated, simple and cozy for fall. Can you believe how nice the hutch turned out? I absolutely love it. I'm so happy we decided to paint it. It really changed the look and the feel of this room, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Now I'm trying to decide if we paint the sideboard as well to soften this room even more. So you'll have to let me know in the comments, should we paint the sideboard or keep that black? I decided to keep it black here for the time being, to live with it for a little bit before I decide to paint that too. But you'll have to let me know in the comments if you think I should paint that or keep that black. But I just love the way this room turned out, bringing a lot of the outdoors in to give it a very cozy, organic feel. That's exactly the vibe that I wanted to go with this year. So I hope this gave you some decorating inspo for your home as well. You can also follow me on social media at Mother Time. You can check out my blog, mothertime.com. And if you've enjoyed this video and you are not subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to click that subscribe button so you never miss any of these videos. Thanks again, guys, for hanging out with me here today. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.